Hey, how are you? Okay, today my husband tells me, Esther, you need to see this letter. We just got in the mail. And I just want to share with you the most incredible story. So, about 2 weeks ago, my accountant says to me, if you want, you can put aside $6,000 into your IRA, my husband's IRA. And I'm trying to get more fiscally responsible, and financially on it. So I said, yes, let's do that. I write out a check. I asked the person from the IRA place, the one who set up my account, can you please verify my account information? So she sends me a text with my account information, or so what we thought was my account information, right? And I double verified it. And I said to her, maybe I'll write the name, my husband's name on this account, on this check. And she says, no, don't write the name, just write the account number. I said, I'm not sure because it's my check, it's going in my husband's account, and it's totally different names. We don't even share the same last name, because I'm a feminist like that. I'm joking. So listen, this is a good story. So I'm like looking at my account, I'm like, why isn't the money being deducted into MetLife every day? I'm like, it has to go before the 18th because that's what the accountant told me, to the deadline, okay, for it to go towards my IRA 2020. So I'm not getting anything. Finally today I get this letter in the mail. Esther, I don't think I know you, but MetLife mailed this check to me to sign and they were going to deposit in my account. I didn't think you wanted that. I think you wrote my account number on the check by mistake. George Zemak. P.S. If you want to call me, my number is, and he shares with me his number. So, of course, I'm like, what? What is that? Doesn't even make sense to me. I'm like, how does a stranger have my information? How did this even happen? So I call him up. I leave him a message, and he quickly calls me back. This guy, he's 68 years old. He's a farmer. He has 200 sheep. He's been selling goats and cows and milking them until about 2007, he told me. And he's so fascinating. He's just a sweet guy. And he says, he says to me, I got this call from MetLife. And they said, sir, do you know an Esther? And there's a woman who wants to put money into your account. And he says, well, I do have an aunt named Esther. And they said, well, she's about to give you $6,000. And he says, well, I don't think she's going to do that. and so he says to me, so now I'm thinking, so they said, you have to sign the check. They said, the check is not signed by you, so we can't deposit it into your account. So he says, I don't understand. Maybe this person did it by mistake. They said, well, I don't know. It's written your account number. Somebody put a check for you. Maybe someone wants to be nice to you. This is what the lady in MetLife is telling him. He says, okay, just send me the check. I take a look at it. So they send him the check. He opens it. Obviously, I'm not his aunt, last I checked. So he says, I called my lawyer, and my friends were saying to me, don't deposit it. It's a scam. It's a scam. Someone wants to take your money. They'll get your account number and they'll take your money once you deposit the check. And he says, I don't know. He says, I called my lawyer. He says, my lawyer called them robots on the phone. He's such a funny old man. He says he called them robots, and those robots in MetLife answered him, and he told me afterwards, I think you need to stop. No, don't deposit this check. He says he called his friend a cop, and he did so much investigation for my check, and I was just like, oh my God, if I had written out one different letter number on this check, it would have really gone through, and I wouldn't have known, because I don't look at that account. They send it to me every few months, and I would have just seen it was debited, and removed from my account, and I wouldn't know that it was added to my own account. Yeah, good night. So I was like so beyond words. I was conflicted. I was conflicted with annoyance from the person who gave me and verified, and I called her and I asked her, please verify my account information, and she sent me the wrong information. And I was annoyed by her, but I was also grateful that this whole experience unfolded, because if it wasn't for her mistake, I would never have had this experience to learn about the value of this man's integrity. And I said, you know, in the Bible, God chose the shepherds above all others to lead the Jews. So I think they have the best integrity for a reason. And he starts laughing. He says, well, you sound like my wife. I said, are you married? He says, I've never been married. I was just like, are you hitting on me? I said, you're a really nice guy. He says, well, if I'm ever in New York, I'm a country boy. He says, I'm not a city boy. But if I'm ever in your neighborhood, and he thought I was a nurse, even though I told him I was a PA, he says, I'll let you take care of me. I was like, okay. Feed you some kosher food. He's like, you don't eat pork. I was just so grateful for this story, because Hashem is showing, like, it could have been any way. If it was removed, I mean, like, I would have been so stressed out. Like, I mean, I don't have extra $6,000 to get rid of, like, to some stranger in some place near Finger Lakes, New York. He lives with 200 sheep and some cows. So, wow, what a story. And for those of you that are just joining, I just want to share it with you because he sent me a handwritten note. How incredible is that? Who does that anymore? Amazing. Esther, I don't think I know you. But MetLife mailed this check to me because MetLife is an idiot. Okay? And also the person who sent me this verified document, whatever. I'm still conflicted. It's still a fresh experience for me. They asked me to sign it and they were going to deposit it into my account. I didn't think you wanted that. I think you wrote my account number on the check by mistake. I was like, that's so sweet. And he says, I probably have spelling errors because I'm a farm boy. And I said, it's a perfect letter and I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your kindness with me. And you know what he said to me? He said, well, you have my account number. If you want to put money in it, I won't send it back again. I was like, you're tempting me. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Maybe I will. I don't know. But what a great story. You know, there's this whole concept where when kindness is experienced, there's a degree of oxytocin that's released. When kindness is offered, there's another degree of oxytocin that's released from the receiver, not just the giver. And when kindness is observed, it's even experienced. The oxytocin is experienced. What does that mean? It's that feel-good hormone that's created with bonding, like friendships and the development of that sense of contribution and community. And so I'm having such a surge of it right now because I'm so grateful. Like, just such a great story, right? Like, wow. So good people. There's still good people in the world. I don't recommend you challenge my situation. I don't recommend you send out a check like the idiot check that I sent out and see the kind of kindness that receives itself into your lap, because I don't think it'll happen again. As much as I'd like to believe. The whole story is just fascinating. Just amazing. So anyway, I hope you have an incredible night and this story brightened your day like it brightened mine. I'll never forget my husband when he called me in the afternoon and said, you're not going to believe the letter that I'm reading right now. You better thank your lucky stars that we wrote out a check in the wrong account number with the nice person's number. What are the odds of that, right? It just puts a warm feeling in my heart. Also makes me feel like an idiot for not verifying it on my own and just calling her and trusting her. Also taught me a lesson on not to trust other people. So many lessons. So yeah, how's your day going? That's what I wanted to share. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for listening.